there has to be all around accountability, like period. There to me, like there is no situation where it's only the man's fault. Like, what part did you play in that? How are you help bringing up your son in this world if you are a single mother? Like, are you showing him how to be a man, or are you just going around and you're just talking about how niggas ain't shit, ain't never gonna be shit to people who you're dating? Because if that's the case, like that's all he's going to see. And if you don't take the time to correct your son, like how can you be mad with how our boys are? If no man is at the home and all we have is the relationship, and especially if you don't have a good relationship with your mother or your grandmother, then what? We always like to say, oh, well, we have these traumas. Do we talk about the traumas that kids grow up with? We're always talking about traumas that little girls grow up with. Do we acknowledge that when it comes to boys? Or we just like, oh, okay, well, boys are the problem. They ain't shit. How are we actually helping them? How are we holding ourselves accountable?
Oh. So I'm just listening. So to start, I can agree with the fact that it is a shared problem. In most unsuccessful relationships, I can agree it's a shared problem. I will be candid to say that once I got past my divorce and once the healing began and once I started going to therapy and it started acknowledging my shit, to, I guess, answer your question, Malik, I know that the environment that I was raised in, very strong, Black women. My grandmother made sure that every woman in our family had no less than a master's degree. We were actually teased if we didn't have a master's degree. So we were all very successful. My grandmother was dominant in the marriage, and you could tell that. My grandfather checked out. I have another relative, I won't mention her because she's still living. She's very dominant. Her husband has checked out. And I took on that role. And I do know at some point, between the disrespect and the yelling and the threatening to, divorce you and I'll take this and this is mine. Then when he would go out with his fraternity brothers on a Friday night and wouldn't come home till Sunday, then I was crying, woe is me, he's hurting me. I can't understand what's happening to our marriage. And so when I finally got to that place of healing and acknowledged my stuff, it came from these patterns. And when you look at these patterns, yes, you have on this side, women are like, I'm a strong woman, I'm strong. Really, you're just operating in a stronghold and not in strength.